I'll make a quick comment on the gray weather over southern Maine. I'll say, first of all, would have loved to get outside of the gray because it seemed like the rest of the state had a great time.
Pretty good, yeah.
And also, if this is the one gray day we had this week, that's not so bad.
Not that, it's the opposite of what we felt in May, where we're like, get us out of here. Like this, we know we have nice days on either side. I actually have a friend visiting from out of town, and she's like, if this is the only bad day in my stretch, like, great. It's
Good day to go check out some of the local coffee shops.
Yeah,
or something.
or even like a lighthouse is great on a day like today. If you're from out of town, there's something about, to me, especially in the fog, but even like a little light rain, it's like that's the real Maine experience,
Yes,
That's what it comes down to. We got some showers still out there along the coastline. As Chris mentioned, a lot of the state was dry today. We actually had some sun across parts of northern Maine. That rain shield is not super consistent. You can see it's moved a little bit south there over the last couple of frames. We'll see how this part emerges from the Lakes region of New Hampshire. But if we zoom out, there's a lot of precipitation here down across Massachusetts. There's also a little area of severe weather down across actually big area of severe weather down across the mid-Atlantic. So we are on the northern fringe of this system, but it is enough to give us showers along the coast through the rest of this evening. There may be a bit of an uptick in the moisture late tonight, early tomorrow morning, according to the small scale models. Portland south, we could see a downpour or two embedded in that. That's what those yellow reflectivities are. The rest of the state, mostly cloudy with some clear skies across northern Maine. The mountains in northern Maine could drop into the 40s by early tomorrow morning. It is pretty crisp out there, and that's where we'll start. Some clouds along the coast early tomorrow morning, even a sprinkle around 5:30 in the morning. After that, this whole system moves out, and we're in good shape tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-70s, the mountains will be in the 60s, and it will be largely sunny with just a few cumulus clouds around, and the dew points remain low. We go into Saturday, and that's always looked like a good day. Upper 70s, mostly sunny skies. You can see, again, a couple cumulus clouds in the afternoon, nothing unusual there. Sunday is the more summery of the two weekend days, as we're into the mid-80s by the middle of the day, even some upper 80s possible away from the coastline. So as far as rain tonight, this is additional rain, so on top of what we already have. And you can see it really quite stratified across southern Maine and the immediate coastline here, catching some of that rain. A good part of the state, though, does remain dry through the evening. So high pressure builds in over the weekend. We've got a little front coming through on Sunday afternoon over Aroostook County. I could see a shower, a thunderstorm. That front settles over us on Monday, but it's pretty weak. So just an isolated shower or storm Monday. I think the vast majority of us miss out on that. And if we do, then we go through pretty much most of next week dry. There's another isolated shower chance on Wednesday, but there's a decent possibility that in any given spot you'll miss both of those. And so we'll go all the way through Thursday dry. Hottest day probably is Monday. We could be in the upper 80s, maybe a couple of stray 90s out there with slightly higher dew points. But nothing outside of that, nothing oppressively hot, just appropriately warm.
A great July turning into a great August.
Yeah, nice start.
Love it. Thanks, Keith.